Number 2 is the condition table. Lakshmi, do you happen to remember what's the condition table number and access sequence you have created?
It's 894.
894. This is ZLAK. This is ZLAK01, right?
Yes.
And then 1000 and 00 document pricing procedure ampersand and then percentage customer pricing procedure equal to ZLAK01. Customer that you used is $400, right?
Yeah.
100,000 and the document type is ZLAK. Is it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So this is the field catalog, condition table, access sequence, condition type, pricing procedure, determination, and of course your condition records. Now we'll expand on this scenario step by step. Again, we'll not go into more complicated scenarios, but rather scenarios that everybody can understand at this point. So what we have created yesterday is a base price list. A base price list is a price list that is purely based on the material. Material X costs so much. Material Y costs so much. Material Z costs so much. That's the base price list. Now, let's do a customer group based price list. What is a customer group based price list? The same material M01 costs $100. M02 costs $120. Okay? This is called the base price list. It is not always necessary that the same material be sold at the same price to everybody. Now, let's say this is an individual customer, this is a corporate customer, this is a government customer. For an individual customer, let's say M01 is a computer. For an individual customer, M01 is sold for $600 because it's generally retail. For a corporate customer, maybe it is sold for $450. For a government customer, maybe it's sold for $500. How do you configure this? Any ideas? Very simple, right? You just base your condition table on another parameter other than the material called the customer group. So the first thing that we have to do is find out what is the technical description of the customer group. Okay, so let me log on real quick. Okay, and then you go to the customer master, enter any customer you like, then pick up his or her sales area, say 1000, and click OK. Go to sales area data, and then look at the customer group. Highlight your cursor there, and then click F1 or the help button. And then click on the technical description. What's the name of the field? KDGRE. The name of the field is KDGRE. Okay, now we want to find out whether that field exists in our field catalog or not. So go to environment, condition table, field catalog. KDGRP. Does it exist? Yes. Okay, does exist. Now, that is step number one. Find out whether our field exists there or not. Right? So let's go to step number two, is to create a condition table. I think yesterday we have created, Lakshmi has created 894. Let's see if 895 is available. So make sure that you are in create mode. Enter your favorite table number between 601 and 999 and click OK. Alright. Now, what are the fields that we need to choose in this case? Material and customer group. So let's choose material. This is material. Double click. And customer group might be up above. Customer group. So there are many customer groups here. Customer condition group, customer group 2, so on and so forth. As of now, we'll select this customer group because anyway, I need to go to the technical view and then find out whether I have chosen the right technical field or not. In this case, I've chosen Mapner, which is the technical description for material, and KDGRP, which we have just checked out to be the technical name of the customer group. So we have confirmed that we have selected the right fields, and now we can just click on the red and white button to generate the condition table. Click on yes, and give the name of your package. Click on save. And as usual, you can create your own customizing request. A895 has been saved. Okay. So the first step that we had to do here was find out whether the field called the customer group existed or not. Second step is create condition table 895. The third step is, do we need to create a new access sequence and associate this condition table to it, or do we need to include the newly created condition table into the existing access sequence, the LAK, the one that we have created yesterday? Now that's a decision that's based on the requirements. The requirements here in this case could be like something like this. Okay, if customer group based price list found, use it. Else, default to base price list. This is what the users want. Then we can use the same access sequence and insert our newly created condition table into that access sequence. That way, if this is found, all right. If not, it will default to the base price list. How do we do this? Condition type, access sequence, go to ZLAK, select it, double click on accesses, and you see that the one that Lakshmi has created yesterday is labeled with a sequence number of 10. Now you can put 20, but like we discussed yesterday or in the pricing video, it goes in the sequence. And since we have kept an exclusive, wherever it finds the price, the first price, it sticks to it and doesn't go forward. Meaning, if there is a base price available, it doesn't go further to 20. But that's not the functionality that is required here, isn't it? We want to first check whether a customer group-based price list exists or not. So in order to do that, we have to put our condition table above the base price list condition table. And how do we do that? Using sequence. So go to new entries, and instead of putting 10, you put 5. So go to new entries, 5 or any number below 10. And this is 895. And as usual, click on exclusive. Once that is done, select and then double click your fields as usual. A warning message will appear here that the field assignments have not been made because we didn't do that yet. Just ignore it by hitting enter. And then you see that all the fields in the condition table structure should be mapped properly to the document structure. We'll talk about comp B, comp K, not now. Okay, now everything is mapped properly. Let's save it using whatever, it doesn't matter. So come back and we'll see the sequence here. 5 and then 10. If you want something to go before 5, you can put 3. Like customer group and material based price list. Sure, we can do it. Okay, save it, go back. So what we have done here is VLAK condition table, access sequence has been assigned to 895 as sequence 5 and 10 is 894. 895 is customer group, material based, and 894 is just material based. Number 4 is assigning the access sequence to the condition table. Condition type.
Seva?
Yes.
Just a small doubt. Can those line numbers be changed once assigned, say 5 or 10? If there was 10 and... Okay. Like if I had 8, 9 and 10 and I had to insert something between 8 and 9, that wouldn't be possible.
That is not possible, no. You have to, you can delete that line and enter another line.
Okay.
See, 10, there is 8, 9, 10 and you want to insert something between 9 and 10. All you can do is delete 10, okay, and then go create a new line 10, which you wanted to insert between 9 and 10. And then the actual original line item 10 could be put as 11, 12, 13, 15, whatever, higher.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Step number 5 is pricing procedure, VLAK01. Do we need any differences? Do we need any changes here? No change. Because the only change that we have done is in the condition table access sequence. We have not changed the pricing condition type. So there is no change here. Do we need any change here? Fix the determination? No, not necessary. Do we need to create a new condition record? Yes, we have to create a new condition record. So how do we create this new condition record? 11. And then you go to VLAK and hit enter. Now here is the difference between yesterday and today. Yesterday, it just took you to those rows where you entered the price. Now it's no longer that simple. Now you have to select for this condition type which condition table associated with its access sequence do you want to maintain the condition records for? Is it for the customer material combination, customer group material combination, or is it for the material? For the material, Lakshmi has already maintained the price yesterday. We want to do it for the material and customer group combination. So select that and just go pull some wheels here. And we're going to enter the material M01 and customer group. We don't know what customer group 400 belongs to. So because we want to test it for that customer. So go to VD03 400,000, which is the customer that we have used yesterday, and look at the customer group 10. Okay. So for 10 customer group, the amount is going to be 137 euro. Just so that we can easily identify that number. 137. Save. Condition record is saved. Okay. Go back. Now we can create an order and test it. ZLAK 400,000. Material M-01, quantity 1. Select it and then go to your pricing. So you got your 137 here, which has superseded the price that Lakshmi has set for the base price. So how do we find that out that one thing has superseded the other? As usual, go to analysis. Go to the LIK pricing condition type and then see that for this condition type, this one has superseded this one. So the second condition table has not been executed because of a previous access. That means if 5 is found, it will not go down to 10 because we have clicked on the exclusive flag when creating the condition record at the row level. Okay. So this is how access sequences work. So, and then based on this, you can extrapolate to whatever length you want. There could be condition tables or access sequences with 6 or 7 different condition tables. Generally, 4, 5, 6 is the max. Generally, not more than 5 or 6 condition tables are associated with a single access sequence. Beyond that, it becomes more complicated for the user also to maintain. Sometimes there are situations where even 8 or 9 or 10 different access sequence condition tables are attached to an access sequence. But that's more of a rarity. It happens occasionally if there is no choice and such a kind of situation has to be really configured. Yeah, then it's done. But beyond that, it's not required. Now, what we have been doing until now is just pricing, right? So we have done price and 2 different prices, material customer group based price and material based price, and then you can have as many different prices as you want. Now, how was it? It was more like this, VLAK and then more condition types here. Next question is, what if you create a new condition type, say ZSIV, and put it before ZLIK in our pricing procedure? So let's see what happens there. I want to create a new pricing condition and use it in the same pricing procedure and see effect of it. So go to VOK0, go to condition table, create a new condition table called 896, and this time, okay, 897 maybe. So this time I want to create it for, let's say, material, and which other parameters shall we choose? Let's say order reason. Okay, order reason. And again, you go to the technical names and then find out whether they have chosen the right field or not. So go to /O, VA01, VLAK, and then here is order reason, right? So select that field and then click on the help, and then click on technical name, and then you see that the field name is AUGRU, group. AUGRU. That is the technical description for order reason. Go back and see in the technical view that it is AUGRU. It is AUGRU and matter. So you can click on generate and click that save button and create your new condition table 897. So here's what we are doing. So VLAK is associated with 894 and 895, right? So I want to create a new access sequence ZSIV and associate it with 897 that we have just created. And of course, ZLAK is associated with the condition table ZLAK, and I want to associate ZSIV with the new condition table ZSIV. How do we do that? As usual, go to access sequences, and then go to new entries, ZSIV, some description, access sequence, enter. Oh, maybe it already exists. ZSI1. Let's try that. Okay, ZSI1, select it, then double click on accesses. Go to new entries, 100 or 10, and then table is 857. Click on 847 or 857. I don't know. 857 or 847?
897.
897. Okay, material, order reason. Again, select that, double click on fields, ignore this warning message that you get here, and hit enter. Everything is green, blue, we're all set. Save it. Go back, and ZSI1 is our new access sequence, and we want to create a new condition table type as a copy of BR00. Select BR00, and then copy ZSI1 and ZSI1. Remember, these names can be different. One condition table can be assigned to one access sequence only, but the name of the condition type and the name of the access sequence can be different. Okay? Hit enter, save, save. Now we want to insert our new condition type right below Lakshmi's condition type and see what's going to happen. First, let's check out VLAK01, which is Lakshmi's rising procedure. Select, go to the control, hierarchical control, and then double click on control. Okay, we want to put our new condition type right below LAK. So 11 is the step. Let's put 15 there. So you can select it, click on copy, and then put 15, and then instead of ZLAK, we want to put in ZSI1 and hit enter. Okay, what has happened here? One condition type right below the next, and then click save. Okay, now we are not going to do anything for step number 6 because the determination is already done, but we are going to create a condition record against our newly created condition type. ZSI1. Go there, and for this material, for a particular order reason, let's say if the order is coming up to us via a sales call, somebody has called the customer and the customer is placing an order, 001, then the amount is 99 euros. Okay? If the order is coming to us via a pilot order, okay, then as a pilot order, we are going to promote it at $88 or euros. Okay, now we're going to save it. Okay, now let's test this guy. VA01, ZLAK, and 400,000. Same material M01, quantity 1. Before we do that, let's enter an order reason of sales call. That means if a customer is calling, then the order reason is going to be put as a sales call. Then hit enter. What is the price? 99. How did SAP come up with that price? Select this guy and then go to pricing. The price that Lakshmi has put as 137 has been superseded by the price that I have put. So the moral of the story here is if there are more than one price that gets applied to a line item, the last price will be picked up. And all the previous prices will be deactivated. So if you look at this yellow triangle, what it shows you is that this price has been deactivated. This guy, first line item. Inactive. You see that? I put my mouse over there and it says inactive. So that's the moral of the story. Okay? Now, you know what happens if there are more than one pricing condition type. And in a particular pricing condition type that's associated with an access sequence, there can be multiple condition tables due to which the pricing could be determined based on customer, group, material, based on material, based on order reason material, blah, blah, blah. Now, let's do some discounts. Okay? Now, how to do discounts? Now, here is the trick. I want to do a discount based on customer, group, and material. Same combination. Earlier, I tried to define a price using customer, group, and material. And I called it the 895 as the condition table, and then I assigned it to an access sequence, so on and so forth. Now, I want to create, or I want to give a discount based on the customer group, meaning the same N01, a discount of, let's say 10% is given for a particular material. But the same material, if it is ordered by the customer group of 10, private customer, then I'm going to give 12%. If it is ordered by a customer group of 12, let's say government customer, I'm going to give 14% discount. How should I configure it? The first question here being, do I need to create a new condition table? Is it necessary? No, it's not necessary. But where do we start? Do we start with an access sequence? Yes. Right? So let's start with an access sequence. VOK0, go to condition type, access sequences, and start creating a new access sequence. Call it ZSI2, CVAS access sequence. Select it, and then double click on accesses. Go to new entries, and 894 exclusive. Okay? And 5, of course, 895 exclusive. So first we want to give a material and customer group specific discount preference. If not, it will go to 894. So select each of them and then double click on fields. Make sure that your warning is ignored and click enter. So it's always in green or blue. Okay? Select, double click. You have to do this for each of those rows there. Alright? Until it becomes grayed out like this. So 5, 10, 895, 894. Save your access sequence. Now I'm going to create a new condition table now. I'm not going to copy it from PR00 because I know that PR00 is a pricing condition type. Instead, I'm going to copy from these. Anything with a discount class of discount or surcharge. Now, in this class of conditions, the calculation type can be based on quantity or percentage or gross weight, so on and so forth. So what kind of discount do we want to give? Do we want to give a quantity discount, say $10 discount? Or do we want to give a 10% discount? That is what calculation type is. So let's say we want to give a percentage discount, in which case choose K007. If you want to give a dollar discount, you can choose K004. Okay? So for now, select K007, copy, ZSI2. And the access sequence is ZSI2. Hit enter. Again, the name of the access sequence need not be the same as the name of the condition type. Alright, I'm just doing it for the sake of simplicity. Okay, save your new condition type. Then go back to your pricing procedure. Our pricing procedure is ZLAK01. Select it, then go to control. Now we want to put our discounts here. Okay? So maybe between 50, 110, 120, and then maybe 120 and 30, right? So let's say 130. Go to new entries, and then say 130. Condition type is ZSI2. Okay. So I typically don't do this. What I do is I go back, I select any discount like this. Okay. Not that, like this. Okay. Actually, we don't have a right discount condition type here because all these account keys and requirements, any other flags will just be copied over for us. That's the advantage of copying. Okay. So now I want to put 130 here, and then the condition type is going to be ZSI2, and we don't have a from here. Hit enter. Okay. Save. Step number 5 is done. Step number 6 is not going to be changed because we are going to use the same customer, same pricing procedure, same determination, which is already done for us. Step number 7 is to actually maintain the condition records, in this case, percentage discounts. So type in ZSI2 and then hit enter. So do you want to maintain material customer group based discounts or material based discount? Let's start with material customer group based discount. For this material, for a customer group of 10, we want to give 12% discount. Okay, percentage is automatically taken here. If it were currency, it would have asked you, but in this case, it is automatically taken. Save it. Go back. Again, go back. Don't hit enter again. Click on key combination. And then it will show you that combination again. If not, you can go back all the way and try again. VK11, hit enter, and then hit enter again. Now it will show you that key combination. Select material now, and for a material M-01, the amount is going to be 10%. Earlier it was 12%, now it is 10%. Now that we have done all the steps that are necessary, let's go and test it. The LAK, same old customer, 400,000, and put a material MO1 quantity of 1. Select that, go to the pricing, and then see whether your 12% discount exists or not. So why is it that the discount is 12% here? Because the customer group is 10, which we know for 400,000 the customer group is 10. And for that, and for a material M01, we have maintained a discount of 12%. If we were to use a different material, different customer, say, for which the customer group is not 10, then we would have found a 10% discount. How can I confirm it? I can go to analysis, go to GSI2, and then see that the material discount was superseded by the material customer group based discount. Okay. Now, the thing about discounts is, if we were to compute another discount, say ZSI3, and put it right below ZSI2, both of them will stay active, unlike pricing. Reason being, generally there is one price, and on top of that there can be multiple discounts. Customer group based discount, seasonal discount, product promotional discount, and number of discounts. All of the discounts could be accumulated into this field called the discount amount. Okay, that's why if you go to your pricing procedure for ZLAK0, ZLAK1, you'll see that there is a subtotal there, ZLAK01. Select it, and then click on control. You'll see. So what this subtotal discount amount does is, it does a summation of everything starting from row number 101 until row number 299, which is just below 300. So anything starting from here, all these 3 rows, if there is any value, you just sum it up and then put it in the discount amount subtotal. Okay? This is discount. Now, there are many other complicated situations where, like I said yesterday, if one discount applies, the other discount should not apply. That's done using condition exclusion. And there is also something called as condition grouping. And then there are 3 or 4 different ways in which you can manipulate these discounts, but let's not go there at this point. Okay, and then there are scale-based discounts. What are scale-based discounts? If you buy a quantity of 10, you get a discount of 10%. If you buy a quantity of 20, you get a discount of 12%. This is called as a scale. Okay, and you can do scale-based discounts using the proper condition type. For example, if we were to create a new condition type, let's say as a copy of ZSI 2, let's copy this, right? And create ZSI 3, okay? And let the access sequence remain the same. Now, where's the scale basis? Yes, here. Go to scale. Scale basis. Value scale, quantity scale. You know, different kinds of scale, like, gross weight based scale, like the gross weight of that line item is so much, then we're going to get so much discount. Let's go with a quantity scale. Quantity scale meaning if it is $1, we get so much discount. If it is one quantity, you get so much discount. If it is 10 quantity, you get so much discount, which is very easy to visualize. So you go to new C, okay, and then go in again. And then there are other things in scales like scale type, scale formula, so on and so forth. Okay, just save it. Go back to our pricing procedure and insert our new discount condition type in the same pricing procedure. ZLAK01, go to control and insert it right below, let's say 130. So select 130, copy and make it 140 ZSI3 and hit enter. Okay, now save it. Sorry about that. Okay, so what we have done is inserted our newly created condition type there, ZSI3, save it, and then go create our condition records. Go to VK11, ZSI3, and then let's maintain it just for the material. Okay, material M-01, discount of 15%. Okay, and where do you go for scales? You go here. Look at this button. Scales. Go there. Then say from 100 we get 15% discount. From 200 you get 20% discount. From 300 you get 30% discount. Okay, there are different types of scales, mainly two types, from and to scale. Typically, a to scale is used. To means up until. So 200, up to 100. That's how it works. Anyway, so just save this guy and go test our scenario. VA01, ZLAK, and use the same customer for 100,000. Okay, now use an M01 and give a quantity of 50. M01, same customer, use a quantity of 150. Same M01, use a quantity of 250. Okay? Now, select the first line item, go here, and see that ZSI3, there is no discount. Move on to the next one, there is a 15% discount because the quantity is between 100 and 200. Move on to the next. There is a 20% discount because the quantity is greater than 200 and less than 300. If there was another line item, say quantity of 350, which is greater than 300, you would have got a discount of 25%. This is called scale-based discount. Again, the way in which you do is not all that important. What is important is there is something called scales. two types of scales, from-based scale and to-based scale. And any condition type can be marked as a scale-based discount condition type, and the corresponding scales can be can be set in the condition record. Now, the way these scales are computed could be based on quantity, value, gross weight, net weight. See, only 4 points you have to remember in scales. What is a scale? How many types of scales are there? From and to scales. Where do you customize the scale? In the condition record. And where do, point number 3. And point number 4, where do you actually maintain the condition record? Where do we actually maintain the scale? In the condition record. And when you click on that scales button, you maintain the condition scales for that condition record. Number 5, how many ways in which you can use scales? You can use scales based on weight, you can use scales based on volume, you can use scales based on value, you can use scales based on quantity, 4 or 5 different types. Remember these 5 points about scales. That's it. Okay. Now, we have seen pricing, we have seen discounts. Let's talk about taxes. The standard tax condition type is MWSD. MWSD. Okay? Here is the tax condition type, MWSD. This is for non-US. For non-US, the tax condition type is MWSD. For US, you have to look at the standard pricing procedure, RBA, JUS or JUX. RBA, JUS. Okay? This is another important interview question. If you have done an implementation in the US, people will generally ask you for this. How did you do taxes? Okay. Taxes are done in the US using what is called as jurisdiction code. Okay. Now, there is another pricing procedure called RBA-JUX. Let me pick that up. RBA-JUX-US, is it? This one? XUS. By the way, did they talk about the jurisdiction code and taxes and all that in that video? I'm not sure. I've talked about it. If I have.
In this video, no. We had touched about tax jurisdiction code like briefly in some other video, but not in pricing.
Okay. So there are 2 ways in which, or rather, let me talk about what is called the jurisdiction code, because this is a business concept. What is a jurisdiction code? What is a jurisdiction? Or a jurisdiction code? The jurisdiction comprises of 4 elements: state, county, city, and district. That's what a US jurisdiction comprises. That's why if you go to a gas station and ask for a pack of cigarettes, right, Marlboro, or if you go to a gas station and pump your gas, the price is going to be different from the next county to this county. Why is that? Because the county tax in one county could be different from the county tax in the next. If, for example, in a country like India, let's say there is Hyderabad, which is in the state of Andhra Pradesh, and let's say there is Gujarat somewhere up north, and then there is Surat. So for the entire Gujarat, there is going to be 1 VAT percentage. For entire AP, there is going to be 1 VAT percentage. That's it. But tax in the US is a little more complicated than that. It could vary from county to county, city to city, state to state. Generally, it goes something like this. The state will levy a tax of 5%. The county will levy a tax of 2%. The city will levy a tax of 1%. District is kind of redundant generally. It doesn't have its own tax or anything like that. But these are the main three sub areas, more important sub areas when you talk about the jurisdiction. Okay? The jurisdiction code is a 10 or 12 character code like 012121413, whatever it is, right? Which is actually a code that represents these four elements together: state, county, city, district. There are codes for that, standard codes. And the jurisdiction code can be used to uniquely identify a particular combination of, let's say, California state, or let's say New Jersey, because you guys know New Jersey better. Let's make it that. New Jersey, and then county, Middlesex, city, Edison. The New Jersey tax might be 5%, the Middlesex county tax might be 3%, and the city Edison tax might be 1%. So 5 plus 3, 8 plus 1, 9. So if you go buy something, it might cost you a 9% tax in Edison. Again, it varies by product to product. But if you take the same product, say a pack of cigarettes, you go anywhere in Middlesex County, in Edison City, in New Jersey, generally it will cost the same unless he'll give you some discount. Okay? Now, there are how many jurisdiction codes in the US? Roughly 50,000 plus. So imagine a company doing a business in Edison, New Jersey, and they are shipping out all across the United States. Now, the jurisdiction code I'm talking about is not based on the jurisdiction code of where the plant is or the storage location is. It is the jurisdiction code of the ship to. What is the destination of these goods? Now we've got a problem here. The company sitting in New Jersey is shipping all over the United States, which means that it can ship to any of the 50,000 plus jurisdiction codes. And each jurisdiction code has a particular price, a particular tax rate based on the county, state, city. Now, how the hell is that company going to understand or remember all the different shipping jurisdiction codes and their corresponding tax rates? Because these tax rates keep changing by the quarter. They can change potentially. They may not change, but they can change. In which case this becomes a nightmare, right? So in order to help with this, there are certain systems, external tax vendors as they are called. Tax vendor. Examples of tax vendors are Vertex, Taxware, Sabrix. These are the more famous ones. What they do is they update. Their only job is to maintain those tax rates. Their only job is to maintain those tax rates. So they are always abreast and updated about what are the tax rates. So if only there was a way to hook up SAP with these tax vendors, then our problem is solved. Right? How do we do that? It's very simple. SAP provides a plug-and-play solution. Use this pricing procedure for the US, RVA ex-US, and these tax condition types will do their job. How? You look at this guy. This is called the alternative calculation procedure or the alternative calculation type. Each of them is a number: 300, 301, 302, 303. This number corresponds to a procedure, a routine as it's called. So if you go to 300, tax from external systems, and click on this button, it will show you the code that is run. You don't need to understand the code here, but the primary purpose of this code is it does what is called as a RFC call. So here is SAP. Let me give you an architectural picture here. So here is SAP. Pricing procedure is being performed here, and this is our vertex system. Let's say the tax vendor, where the tax percentages for each jurisdiction code is maintained. So this guy makes a RFC call. RFC. What does RFC stand for? Remote Function Call. It's an SAP proprietary technology, which is actually a copy of RPC, or Remote Procedural Call. That's all technology. Don't worry. In Java, it's called RPC. In C, C++, you can call it IPC. The bottom line is RFC is a way to communicate between two different systems in SAP, between either one SAP and another SAP system, or one SAP and another non-SAP system, in this case, Vertex. So the keyword to remember for you is SAP does an RFC call. RFC stands for Remote Function Call. RFC is an SAP proprietary technology that's used to communicate between two different systems, either SAP to SAP or SAP to non-SAP. And SAP does an RFC call, and it sends the parameters like ship to, product code, blah, blah, blah. Vertex, based on the ship to address, will identify the jurisdiction code. Based on the product code, can send you the tax percentage. Okay, for this county, this city, for this product code, blah, 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 this is the tax percentage. Right? That is called tax integration. This is especially only for the US and Canada. By the way, Canada also has jurisdiction codes. So only for US and Canada, jurisdiction codes are used. Okay? Any questions here?
Yuval, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Where do you configure the high tax and the low tax? Do you do it in the product?
I don't know what it is. What is the high tax and low tax?
Like, there are certain items, like food items might be low tax items, and then there are, say, electronics, they are high tax items. It is the same county and the same district and everything is the same. It's only the product which is different.
No, I don't know what is meant by high tax. Okay, in electronics, let's say there is a TV and there is a recorder, DVD player. Let's say the tax is the tax rates are tax rate on both these things are different. Now explain what is high and what is low.
Okay, that is what you are talking about. High tax is a different tax structure for that particular product, and a different product has a different tax structure. So where exactly
tax classification will not be able to take care of that?
Right?
I think maybe using things like material type as a key combination. For example, a product group or something. You can create your own condition records.
So, in this case, why do you think that tax classification will not be able to help you? Hello?
Okay, I think I know the answer to my own question. But my only thing was that it will come on the invoice that this item is this tax structure and this item is this tax structure, and this will add up as a total in the taxing, and then it will add up to the grand total.
I don't understand the concern. So,
No, the concept. Okay, I will
what
make it-
happens?
I
I
think
will make
it,
it simple. Like yes, you say you go to Walmart, okay? And if you are buying some food items, so that tax percent will be 2%. And from the same Walmart, you are buying a TV, the tax percent for that will be 6%.
Right.
that's the material product group is based on that. So it'll be based on your condition
For
record.
each individual material, you can maintain a separate tax percentage.
Yeah.
See, there is a TV, a plasma TV. There is another TV, LCD TV. There is another TV, LED TV. The tax percentage on each of them could be different. And you maintain those individual unique tax percentages.
Okay, and that will be assigned in the material master, right?
No.
Condition
They will
record.
not be assigned in the material master. They will be created as condition records.
Okay.
Right? They will be created in the condition records. But for situations like food, which is non-taxable, you want to differentiate that from regular electronic products, let's say, then a simple tax classification will work. Non-taxable, tax exempt, tax liable, half tax. The tax classification in the material master will help you. You don't need to go beyond that. But for these different multiple tax rates, you can have some kind of a classification if you want at either the tax classification level or the material grouping level, and use that to finally maintain the different percentages at the condition record level.
Okay. Got you.
Okay? All right?
Thank you.
Shiva,
Yes.
if in the material master there is an item that is defined as tax exempt, will that override any of these tax classifications that we do in this step in the pricing procedure?
That's tax exempt. Then none of these condition types are relevant.
Right. Got it.